We're back from the mean streets of Holland with a brand new counterattack. National League Week 3 action, another gold medal for Team USA, and much more next. Hi everyone, Greg Mescall here. Thanks for joining us on the counterattack. Back in the studio this week, but no shortage of big-time water polo. First things first, National League Week 3 action. Corona Del Mar High School was the host in Newport Beach, California. This was a cool weekend for two reasons. One, National League action, and two, ODP NTSC camp for boys water polo. Let's go out to the pool where first things first, it was a chance for the ODP athletes to compete in the National League scene. They divvied them up, put them on some ODP teams. They got to compete against some of the better clubs that were playing on the weekend. A good time had by all, and that set the stage for some key National League action. Two games we'll profile. First, USA NorCal versus USA SoCal. A great NorCal-SoCal battle. Let's start things off first here with Blake Parrish opening things up for NorCal. He makes it 1-0. 2-0 NorCal, and Bryce Horman connects for SoCal, making it 2-1. After that, Johnny Hooper of NorCal goes against the goalie, beating the keeper and the defender to make it 3-1 NorCal. Joey Colton rallies back for SoCal with the skip shot here. 3-2 the score. Let's move it along now. Later in the match, Bryce Horman opens and closes the period with a score. It's a 5-3 game as SoCal trying to keep pace. Duncan Lynn for SoCal will score now from Kyle Trush to make it a 5-4 game as SoCal rallying back. After Kyle Trush had scored, Nick Alexander now will tie the game, bringing SoCal all the way back, even at 6. We open the fourth the same way the third ended, with Trush delivering on a goal to make it 7-6 SoCal. So they've come back, and now they've gone ahead, if you can believe it. More Alexander and Trush with 2:04 left. 8-6 SoCal goes ahead. Connor Newman trying to rally, now shoe on the other foot here for NorCal. He scores with 17 seconds left to make it 8-7, but they'd get no closer. SoCal rallies and hangs on for the win, 8-7. Chris Dilworth joined us after to talk about the rally and the victory.
You know, we know that they've got some really good players, but we also have some really good players. So we just focusing on our offense and just getting things done. Yeah, I know it was awesome. We came back. I think we were down by 3, and you know we really pushed. Started off in a hard press and just came back and were able to get it done.
Coming into Week 3 National League action, tied atop the standings, New York Athletic Club and USA Blue. They met to figure out who would take first in regular season standings with the championship upcoming. Bonani, the first of his 5 goals on the match at the 7:32 mark in the first quarter, faking out opponents left and right. 1-0 New York in front. Teammate John Mann will follow up on the dish from Tony Azevedo. They beat national team teammate McQuinn Barron for a 2-0 lead. After Bonani's second goal, Nick Bell will get USA Blue on the board, thanks to the deal from Thomas Dunston, 3-1. But New York had a response, as they've had all National League season long. Alex Bowen from outside here, taking a 4-1 game, making it 5-1. Nick Bell responding for USA Blue from Max Irving, getting it past Merrill Moses, 5-2, but New York just able to keep too much distance on this day. John Mann opens the second from Bonani, 6-2. Later on, Bonani again, you're sensing a theme here. John Mann or Bonani, these guys can fill it up. Here's Brett from Tony Azevedo, back of the net, 8-2. Nick Carnelia gets one back for USA Blue. Bennett Williams to help on the power play, making it 8-3. Now 9-3 New York, left-hander Thomas Dunston. He'll score. Irving again dishing out another dime there, 9-4. Fourth quarter, more Bonani, the lob shot here with 7:34 to go in the match, and that makes it 10-4. Seconds later, Nick Carnelia from Nick Bell launches this one in for a 10-5 game, but John Mann will put the capper on this one. He had 5 goals as well. Ends it here with 1:31 left, scoring to make it 13-6. New York's Josh Samuels afterwards on playing some tough teams and being on a veteran team in this National League competition.
Today was a good day for the New York Athletic Club. By far our most important day of the National League. 2 toughest opponents with the Olympic Club and USA Blue, and just 2 good wins. Well, I'm still, taking advice from the older players on our team. So being able to share the advice that they share with me over the years is, it's nice to be able to help the younger guys, but I'm still taking help from the older guys. So it's a lot of times I got to focus on these guys giving me advice before I can give advice to other people. But it's nice being a part of a veteran team and helping young players, and helping those guys progress on their way through the sport.
Now, last week in Holland, all the talk was about Olympic qualification, and while that was the most important part of the week for the USA women's national team, they still had the chance to leave Houda with a gold medal, and they did exactly that. Team USA taking on Italy in the final in the Netherlands, and they looked strong in this one. It was close early on, as Cammie Craig will deliver with her lone goal of the match here, and then Mackenzie Fisher will add one of her 3 goals. This is part of Team USA using a very strong second half where they allowed only 1 goal. It was a 5-5 game at halftime. They just dominated in the second half on the way to winning 11-6. Afterwards, they received their gold medals, so they punched their ticket to Rio, and they get some more hardware. And then to ice the cake, afterwards, Team USA featured on SportsCenter, one of the stars of the night.
These people are water polo material. The United States women's national team won the gold medal today at the Olympic qualifying tournament, beat Italy 11-6. This is the hardest sport in the world, bar none. You're swimming constantly unless you're treading water. Then on top of that, you actually have to play a ball game. And the opponent is basically trying to drown you on top of that. U.S. went 8-0 in the tournament, outscored its opponents 123-35. The winning streak for that team is now 19.
All this Olympic qualification talk has to have you excited about our national teams, and now a great chance to see them play together in a doubleheader if you're in the Southern California area. This rarely happens where we get both teams together in the same place at home, but it'll happen on May 22nd at USC. Team USA taking on Australia. Tickets on sale right now at usawaterpolo.org. The game will also be broadcast live on NBC Sports Network. And now we turn to women's college water polo and televised action this past weekend as 2 rivals, Indiana and Michigan, got together on the Big Ten Network. Here are some highlights of a big win for Michigan to kick off conference play.
Well, Michigan doing everything they need to do according to their script. They were relentless on defense, which led to opportunities on offense, but it was really the way they set the pace of play. Indiana couldn't hang out with them, and it led to their eventual victory.
And no surprise, one of the best in the country, Allie Thomason, she delivered this one, especially late in the 4th.
Thomason, again, 3 goals, but a couple of assists, an ejection draw and a field block. She was really everywhere her team needed her to be.
Some other college scores to look at. A lot of close games around the country this past weekend. Arizona State edging Cal 7-6. Really, these at-large bids are going to be quite a battle for the NCAA championship. Hawaii over UC Davis 10-9. That was an OT. Stanford beating Cal State Bakersfield 12-5, and then back east, St. Francis, New York 12, VMI 11, also in overtime. More college water polo on TV this weekend. Some good matchups. Saturday, Cal meets Stanford. Talk about a good rivalry. 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific on the Pac-12 network. Then to the Midwest we go. Michigan plays host to Harvard, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on the Big Ten network. And then Sunday, San Diego State travels north to Stanford, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on the Pac-12 network. Make sure you check out those games this weekend. And one other note in women's college water polo, Golden West College from right here in Huntington Beach has a new women's water polo head coach. Matt Flesher, longtime associate head coach for the Cal Bears women's water polo team, has taken over at Golden West. And now we turn to a couple of new events coming for USA Water Polo members, 2 new signature events. They're coming this summer. The first one, the Golden State Invitational, July 8th through 10th in Stockton, welcomes male and female athletes in an open division, 12U through 18U, and 10U mixed competition. And then the Great Lakes Classic, July 15th through the 17th in East Lansing, Michigan. Age divisions include 14U, 16U, 18U, male and female, and then a 12U mixed division. More information available on both of those great events at usawaterpolo.org. Exciting to see new events coming to different parts of the country with 2 new USA Water Polo signature events. And now we close things out as we do every week with our social media send-off, sharing the best of what you're sharing on the internet. Don't forget to use the hashtag counterattack. We dive right in with ODP NTSC action from this past weekend. Great honor here for all the NTSC boys goalkeepers. Getting to hang out with a couple of Olympic goalies, Merrill Moses and Sean Nolan. This from the USA WP ODP Twitter account. More ODP tweets. Here's a group shot of all the development boys from the NTSC selection camp. And then the cadet boys. And certainly last but not least, the youth boys, thanks to LV_2try, sharing that one via Twitter. Referees also getting trained this weekend, as Cullingham shares on Twitter. Great to see officials in the SOPAC zone getting their education on. After that, It's always a good time for a promposal. Kaylee Tran offering this, and pretty hyped that she has a date now. Well done there. Always love the creative posters. From there, we go back to Howda and Coach Adam Krikourian getting his first red card ever as women's national team head coach. That's a did you know type stat, but on Twitter, owns it up, says he most definitely deserved it, and in fact, the team is better off without him. A little tongue-in-cheek there on the Twitter from Coach K. After that, everyone was watching the action from Howda, even people in school. Julia here noting that she was in school and watching the live stream. We hope this was a free period, or maybe her teacher is very much into water polo. That's the type of education we can get behind. And last but not least, Merrill Moses, John Mann via Instagram from Merrill Moses. The New York Athletic Club, first place in the regular season in the National League, and these guys are pretty hyped about it. So that's the best of what we saw on social media this week. Thanks everyone for sharing. Want to see more of it next week? Use that hashtag counterattack and we'll share it right here. That's going to do it for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. And don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, look weak side.